When you are speaking, you want to speak the way that people read books. So if I just picked up a book for the first time, how do I read a book? What do I do? I've just picked up a book for the very first time. What do I do? What does a person do? They've just picked up a book. Tell me what they do first. They look at the cover. Then they look at the back. They look at the index. Then what do? Flip through. Have a bit of a look. Oh yeah, got it. Then they go back to the beginning and they start reading it. While they're reading it, sometimes what do? They're reading it page by page, and then what happens? Then they're like, and they keep reading again, don't they? And then they're reading a bit and then they do it again. And they keep reading it. Are you with me so far? So we read books in a kind of a weird way. We don't just pick up a book and read it page by page. We look at the cover, look at the back, look at the index. We read a couple of chapters, then we go back a chapter. We go back 2 chapters. We go ahead 3 chapters. We start reading page by page again. So the same way that you read a book is the same way you watch a presentation. Unfortunately, though, amateur presenters think you read a book page by page. So what they do is they just go through their presentation page by page. Professionals never do that. Professionals say, hey, here's the front cover of the book. By the way, here's the back cover. Oh, in case you're wondering, here's the index of the book. Now let's go into the first chapter. All right, we just finished the first chapter, but hey, let me just show you the back cover again. In fact, let me show you the front cover again. In fact, let me just quickly go back to the index just for 1 second. And I'm just going to remind you of just one thing you read in that first chapter. Now let's go to the second chapter. Are you with me so far? So throughout the program, you'll notice they say, hey, just turn the person next to you, slap them a high five. Great, done. Look, let's have a look at what we've covered so far. We've learned about the you and the yes sets. We've learned about decision action. We've learned about the openings, the big promises, the active engagements. And what I'm doing when I do that is I'm going back through the room and I'm picking everybody up that fell off the train. So constantly throughout a 6-day event, I have to go back and pick you up wherever you fell off. So when I go back to the front cover, the back cover, the index, something out of chapter 1, something out of chapter 2, and so on, what I'm really doing is I'm getting you wherever you fell off, picking you back up and saying, jump back on the train. Because you would like to go back in your manual. But if I don't let you do that, you'll feel uncomfortable. You'd like to read the front cover and the name of the event again. But if I don't let you do that, you'll feel uncomfortable. You'd like to skip to the back and just have a quick look. If I don't let you do that in my talk, you'll feel uncomfortable. So what presenters do is we follow a timeline, but we jump back and forth every now and then so it feels more like the way you read a book. Is this interesting? So just know that you've got to pick your clients up, your audience members up when they fall off. And you do it by just doing rehashes, going back to the start, going to the end. So I might be here and say, oh, by the way, just so you know, the last step of the pro formula is to attract an audience. So coming up towards the end of this program, we're going to be showing you unique, dynamic ways to actually bring people into a room. But let's just stick now at speech shaping. And speech shaping is one of the 14 pillars of a world-class presentation. So let's get back into it. And that's it. I've just bounced to the end of the book and now I'm back again. And that's enough for people to feel, okay, cool. I know where I'm going with the book. I'm happy now. So far, so good? Yep. So something to keep in mind that you want to speak the way people read books, and we'll give you a little bit more of a dynamic approach.